So we've got this deep dive on manifesting your dream life. It's really fascinating stuff. It dives into Abraham Hicks' teachings, and I'm super curious about this whole idea of aligning your thoughts with the universe. Like, how does that actually work? What do you think?
Well, it's interesting. You see this idea of worry being a form of resistance pop up in tons of personal development philosophies. It's like a universal truth or something no matter what you're trying to attract into your life, whether it's abundance or even just more inner
Oh,
peace.
totally. Inner peace. Who doesn't want a bit more of that these days, right? And this episode really digs into that whole worry thing.
Hmm.
It basically says that worry is like this resistance, right? It blocks us from getting what we want. Like we're putting up roadblocks for ourselves without even realizing it. And the more we focus on those roadblocks, the longer it takes to reach our destination. Like they use this really relatable example about money worries.
Oh, yeah. And that stressed out feeling you get about bills, that's not just some random emotion, that's actual energy. This episode talks about it being like a vibrational state or something. And it says that we attract what we put out there, even with just our thoughts. So if you're constantly thinking, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough money, you're actually making it harder to invite abundance into your life.
It's like you're tuned into the wrong radio station, right? If you're always tuned into Worry FM, you're only going to get more reasons to worry.
Exactly. So it becomes about changing the channel, shifting your frequency to one of trust.
I love that. Changing the channel is so true. So if worry is this big roadblock, how do we actually start trusting, How do we get to that place where things just flow more smoothly?
That's where trust comes in. Think of it like this. Imagine you're at a restaurant, right? You place your order, you tell them what you want, and then you trust the chef to do their thing. You don't go back there and micromanage them. You just trust that they'll bring you your meal. And it's the same with the universe. It's about letting go of that need to control every little detail.
I've actually noticed that sometimes the most amazing things happen when you least expect them. Like a chance meeting leads to your dream job, or you make a wrong turn and stumble upon this incredible view. It's almost like the universe is subtly working its magic in the background.
It's so true. It's those unexpected detours that often lead to the most incredible destinations.
And just to clarify, trusting the universe doesn't mean you become passive and just wait for things to fall into your lap, right? You still have to take action.
Absolutely. It's about finding that balance between taking inspired action, following your intuition, and also surrendering the need to force things or control every outcome.
It's tough though, right? Like silencing that voice in your head that's all, when is it going to happen? Patience is definitely a muscle you got to work out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a practice. But remember, trusting the timing doesn't mean you just sit there and wait. You're still putting in the work, you're taking those steps, but you're not trying to force the outcome.
Right. It's like a dance between action and allowing. I love that. It reminds me of that saying, everything you want is on the other side of trust. But how do you know? Like, how do you know if you're really in that trust space or just like pretending?
Well, that's where those emotions come in. The episode talks about them like a GPS, right?
Oh.
Those feelings we get, good or bad, they're like signals. They tell us if we're aligned with that trust flow or if we're resisting it.
Oh, so like if you get that knot in your stomach, that's like a little tap on the shoulder from the universe saying, hello, wrong way. And then on the flip side, if you're feeling all calm and excited, that's like a green light, right?
Exactly. And it's not about judging those emotions as good or bad. It's about seeing them as information. Like, what are they trying to tell you? If we can figure out how to read those signals, then we can use them to kind of steer ourselves toward what we want to create.
So we have to become like emotion detectives.
I love that. And then, the episode gets into some really practical tools to help shift that energy, cultivate more of that trust. Meditation was a big one.
Oh, yeah. Finding that stillness within, that's where you can tap into that deep down peace that's always there. Our worries, they're like waves on the surface, right? But the real peace, that's in the depths.
And when your mind's quiet, it's amazing what comes up. What else did they talk about? What other tools?
Gratitude. Cultivating that sense of appreciation for what you already have, that's huge. It's like instantly shifting your vibration, And what you focus on expands, so you start attracting more and more good stuff into your life.
It's like they say, right? Where attention goes, energy flows. So we got meditation, gratitude, anything else. Affirmations. It's about taking control of your thoughts, repeating these positive statements to yourself, even if you don't fully believe them at first, like everything is working out for me, or I am worthy of receiving abundance. It's like reprogramming your mind for success.
It's like giving your mind a pep talk. I like that. What else?
Oh, and visualization. This is a big one. It's not just daydreaming, though. You're really putting yourself in that picture, you know? You're living your dream life in your mind, engaging all your senses.
So it's about aligning your energy with the reality you want, right? Like sending out that signal to the universe.
Exactly. And the key is to really feel it, you know? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell?
It's like you're creating a movie in your mind, but you're not just watching it, you're starring in it.
Yes, exactly. And the thing to remember is these are all practices, right? You don't just do them once and expect a miracle. It's about weaving them into your life, showing up consistently, and gradually you start to cultivate that trust.
It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Just showing up, even in small ways, can make a big difference. But sometimes, even with all the positive thinking in the world, you still get those doubts. Especially, I think, when it comes to the timing of things. We want what we want, and we want it now.
Yeah, and the episode really stressed that, the whole idea of trusting the timing of the universe.
It's like we get so impatient. But this episode makes it clear, delays don't always mean no.
Not at all. Sometimes, you know, the best things in life, they take a little time to come together. It's like that saying, good things come to those who wait. Maybe the universe is just adding a few extra flourishes, you know, making sure everything's perfect.
Or maybe it's redirecting us, right? Like sometimes what we think we want isn't actually what's best for us.
Oh, absolutely. I've had that happen to me so many times. You think you're meant for one path, and then bam, the universe throws you a curveball, and you end up somewhere even better. It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It really is. It reminds me of this time, actually. I was like laser focused on getting this one particular job. I'm talking months of applications, interviews, the whole 9 yards. And when I didn't get it, I was crushed, totally devastated.
Oh, I feel that. Rejection is never fun.
It wasn't. But you know what? A few months later, this other opportunity came up. It wasn't even on my radar, but it was perfect, like way better suited to me than that first job. Looking back, it's so obvious that the no was actually a redirection to something even greater.
Isn't it funny how that works out? It's like the universe knows what's up even when we don't.
Totally. So maybe instead of stressing about the when, it's more about asking, okay, what's the lesson here? What is this delay trying to teach me?
Exactly. What if we looked at impatience as an opportunity to deepen that trust, you know? To surrender to the bigger picture, even if we can't see it yet.
Ooh, I like that. Surrendering to the bigger picture. It's like we're learning to become gardeners, but instead of plants, we're cultivating our dreams. We plant the seeds, we nurture them with our thoughts and actions, and we trust that in time they'll bloom.
That is such a great analogy. And sometimes the most beautiful flowers, they're the ones that take the longest to bloom.
So true. Well, this has been an incredible deep dive. We've covered so much ground, from worry and trust to practical tools and even trusting the timing of it all. As we wrap things up here, is there anything that really stood out to you from this whole concept of manifesting your dream life?
It really makes you think, you know, what if we truly believe, like really believe that the universe has our back, that we have this power to shape our own reality? What would we create? What dreams would we go after? It's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. It makes you realize how much we limit ourselves when we let fear and doubt take over.
Absolutely. But it doesn't have to be this big, overwhelming thing. Start small. Pick one thing, just one thing that resonated with you from this conversation. Maybe it's starting a gratitude journal or trying out those affirmations. Whatever it is, commit to it for a week. See what happens.
Small steps, big changes. I love it. So, to our listeners out there, as you're navigating this journey of manifesting your dream life, remember, worry might slow you down, but trust is the fuel that keeps you moving forward.
And remember to enjoy the journey, you know? It's not just about the destination. Trust the process. Have a little fun along the way. And never forget, you've got this.
You heard it here, folks. Trust the process, take action, and watch those dreams take flight.
This has been amazing. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.